So for the past couple of weeks, XRP has been in a correction. And as you guys know, I've been tracking a WXY structure. And that WXY structure was confirmed once we ended up reaching past this level at $2.72.8. And I also mentioned in my last update that it was possible that this Y wave could tap into this range between $2.35 to $2.52. And since then, we have seen this move to the downside where we ended up reaching this level at $2.69.75. So despite failing to tap into this region, it is still possible that we completed this WXY structure for as long as the Y wave ended up meeting the minimum requirement, which is the 61.8% retrace level. And so what I'll do very quickly is bring in the fib tool and bring this to $3.38.25. And so, yeah, what you can see is this range sits within that typical range for the Y wave, which is anywhere between 1 to 1.226. And the minimum requirement, which is this over here, sits at $2.82.04, which we ended up exceeding, as you can see. And so, yeah, it's very much possible that we completed this WXY structure to form the wave 4. And then we get to see this push to the upside where I'm looking at for this fifth wave to tap into this range between $3.85 to $4.18. And for that to play out, what we need is for a 5-wave structure to form within this fifth wave. So if I zoom in, what I'm looking at for right now is for this move to be a wave 1, for this move to the downside to be the wave 2, and then we see a wave 3, 4, and 5 play out. And so for that to happen, what we need is for this third wave to reach the 1.618 level as a minimum requirement. That will then trigger a 5-wave structure, which would then mean that we are on an uptrend. And it's very highly likely that we'll then have bottomed out at this level and we get to see that final push to the upside. And so if I bring in the fib tool and bring this to $2.77.8. And so you can see that the 1.6 level sits at $3.10. So this is the next key target for XRP, and that will then determine if whether or not we are bullish or bearish. If we fail to retrace towards that level, then that would then mean that we are still slightly bearish. And what we could see is a deep move to the downside where we could then potentially even tap into this range. And for that to happen, this Y wave would then be made up of a bigger WXY structure, where this move to the downside will be the W wave, and this move to the upside will be the X wave, and then we see that final push to the downside to form that Y wave. But for now, I'm looking at for this 5-wave structure to form, and it's very much possible that we then get rejected within this sell order block that's shaded in red, and we could then see a pullback, and that would then be followed by another push to the upside, where we could then see that continuation to the upside, where XRP could then tap into this range. And what is interesting is you can see that we are currently trading above both the 200 DMA and the 50 DMA. And if you continue to see that push to the upside, that would then result in the 50 DMA crossing the 200 DMA, also known as a golden cross, which would then signal that we are on a bullish trend. And in addition to that, you can see that on the stochastic RSI, the bears are slowly starting to lose that momentum. So I am looking at for the bulls to regain control of the market and drive the price of XRP up towards higher highs. And if I zoom out and go in the weekly chart, what you can see is I have been tracking a WXY structure where it's possible that we are still within this Y wave made up of 5 waves, which is highlighted in yellow. And so what I'm looking at for right now is for XRP to be within this 5th wave, which is this one here. And this 5th wave has the potential to tap into this range between $4.06 to $5.43. And so for that to happen, what we need is for a 5-wave structure to form within this 5th wave, where this move to the upside will be the wave 1, and this will be the wave 2. And it's very much possible that we are still within this wave 3. And then we see a wave 4 and a wave 5 play out like so. And yeah, like I mentioned, it's possible that we are within this wave 3 on the 4-hour chart, and we have this 5-wave structure that's forming where we could have bottomed out at $2.69 to form the 4th wave. And then we get to start final push to the upside to complete that 5th wave, where I'm looking for that 5th wave to tap into this range. So very quickly, if I bring in the fib tool, in fact, this range will actually be adjusted. So the price of XRP has the potential to reach anywhere between $3.93 to $4.42. So this is going to be the next key region for XRP. That will then form this 3rd wave, and then we see the wave 4 and the wave 5 play out to complete this 5th wave, where again this 5th wave has the potential to tap into this range between $4.06 to $5.42. But of course, this is something I'm going to be tracking in the days and weeks to come, and I'll keep you guys updated. So yeah, that's just my update on XRP. Hopefully you found it useful, and if you did, then feel free to hit the like button, and if you're new, feel free to subscribe. Take it easy, people. Peace.